Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to discuss MicroStrategy and how it can serve as a proxy for Bitcoin. As we are all aware, in the next couple of days, the U.S. presidential elections are coming to fruition. Whether Kamala Harris or Donald Trump wins, who knows? I think they're both staunch supporters of cryptocurrency, and they know the importance of the digital asset as it's going to play into our economy, our global economy in the future. Now, if you don't know what MicroStrategy is, it essentially is a business intelligence or data analytics software. And how do I know this is I've been, for the most part of 20 years, been recruiting in the United States and in Japan, Tokyo, Japan, doing technology searches for foreign companies, particularly software, SaaS companies in Japan. So they're looking for a lot of SaaS people who have the experience in that area, as well as being bilingual. In the US, well, of course, they wouldn't need to be bilingual. But anyway, the point is that way back in 2020, now they're a good company. There's competitors companies in the market like SaaS, there's Tableau, all these data analytics firms, but they made a strategic move in starting to buy and accumulate Bitcoin as an asset. And it's interesting because at that point, typically a lot of these software companies, they just, they put a lot of the investment into R&D, or they take on debt, whether they buy bonds or just take personal or private debt to support their business if they're doing okay, because essentially the models, they get paid on a revenue subscription basis. So anyway, Michael Saylor back in 2020 started accumulating huge, vast amounts of Bitcoin. And I think back at that time, it was not as to the extent of the price that it is today, which is around 70,000 US dollars per one Bitcoin. But he realized that the importance of digital assets, the importance of Bitcoin, and not being controlled by a centralized authority, not being controlled by the banks, by the whims of the government to control inflation or print more money. There's an asset that's irrespective of that you can accumulate, and you can essentially own a very growing asset that's not controlled by the government. So now you know that they have billions, over 19 or more billion dollars in Bitcoin total. And Michael Saylor himself had asked had told, hey, Microsoft CEO, if you want to follow what we've done in terms of our war chest of Bitcoin and our ability to grow our company through Bitcoin, you should just take a look. Right now, if you're not invested in MicroStrategy as an equity, they just soared over 1,000%. They're around 240. I suspect that the company will grow even greater. Now, they also say that MicroStrategy itself serves as a proxy for Bitcoin because they have so much Bitcoin on the books, on their accounts, that essentially they are a proxy for Bitcoin. So some investors who aren't really, who are kind of, how should I say, not so aggressively or just want to jump into buying Bitcoin, the digital currency itself, can actually buy or start accumulating MicroStrategy as a proxy to Bitcoin and see the same results in terms of, when Bitcoin goes up, when cryptocurrency goes up, so does MicroStrategy. So if you're, a little hesitant to invest in Bitcoin in the market, MicroStrategy is an excellent proxy. Not only are you getting the benefit of having MicroStrategy accumulate so much Bitcoin and serving as a proxy for Bitcoin, but you're also benefiting from MicroStrategy as a business, which is one of the key players in the data analytics and business intelligence software, which is very important for companies to analyze, splice, and dice and understand where they're going with their data. So anyway, that gives a little bit of intro and background into MicroStrategy. They are at this stage, at this point in time, accumulating a lot more Bitcoin onto their books. They are bringing in a lot of debt to accumulate Bitcoin, knowing that it's going to skyrocket. Anyways, thanks a lot for joining today's video. Don't forget to click and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Take care.